Something that's very important to our environments, definitely our companies a lot of times, is making sure that we are getting the best bang for our bucks out of our operating system. Now, what I mean by that is we want to make sure that we're getting the best performance we can get. And it's important that we have ways to monitor the performance of our Windows 10 environment. So Microsoft gives us various tools that'll help us do that. All right, we're going to take a look now at one of the first tools, which is called Task Manager. I can right-click my taskbar here and click Task Manager. Okay, I can also hold down Control-Shift-Escape and get into Task Manager that way. When you first go into Task Manager, you're going to be looking at the basic view of Task Manager. You want to drop down and click More Options, and this will let you see more of what's going on your machine. So I can see all the processes that are running, the programs running right now. I can see my CPU, memory, disk, network, and get a feel for all the things that are happening. Okay, I can also click Performance, and I can get a nice little chart view of what's going on, a little graph of my CPU, my memory usage, my disk, Ethernet. I can click on App History and see app-related stuff, apps that I've had open. Keep in mind that's only going to show you like Windows Store apps and Universal Windows apps and things like that, not regular programs. It's going to show you how frequently you use those. The Startup tab is going to show you all programs that start when your computer boots up. So maybe you want to disable certain things that you don't want starting. You can do that there. Okay. You got the Users tab. The Users tab is going to allow you to see what users are logged on right now. As you can see, I just have one user logged on, but you could disconnect from this profile and log on to another user, and you would see what all processes that user is running right now. You have Details, which is going to show you every process that's running on the computer, all the different exe files and all that. And then Services, which we've talked about. This gives you a glimpse of your services. So if you wanted to see what services are running and start services and stop services, you can do that through Task Manager. Okay, so Task Manager has been around for a long, long time. We've had it for well over roughly 25 years. It's definitely got improved over the years. Okay. Now, another thing I want to show you is a tool called Resource Monitor. So I'm going to open that up. Just type the word resource down here at the bottom and you can open that up. Okay, Resource Monitor gives you sort of more information than Task Manager does. It'll show you your CPU processes running, disk, network, memory. So you can kind of get a more detailed look. I can see which programs are using CPU usage. What I really love about it is I get this nice little graph of what my memory's doing. I can see what my hard drives are doing, and then my favorite is network. I can see exactly which programs are using network activity on my machine, network traffic on my machine. I can drop down network activity. I can see every exe. I can see what ports they're using and how much traffic they're generating. I've actually used this before to troubleshoot a denial of service attack, a flood attack that was happening against a company one time. It's a really handy little tool. You can see what your listening ports are. Okay, just maximize this for you here. And you can see what ports you've got open on your firewall right now and accepting connections on and all that. So Resource Monitor is another helpful little tool that'll give you some information. You've also got a tool that you can use. This is another little tool that a lot of people didn't know about. It's called Reliability Monitor. If you type REL down here at the bottom, you can get into View Reliability History. It's this little flag symbol. And this will show you when you've had crashes that have occurred. As you can see, this little VM I've had has been a bit of a temperamental VM because I've been doing a bunch of crazy things with it and starting up and shutting down. So you can see I get some errors here, and it's showing me things that have crashed. But it really helps me see when things happen. You talk to a user. Sometimes users don't give you enough information. They'll say, "Well, my computer is crashing every once in a while, and I don't know if it happens on a particular day or a particular time." If you pull this up on their computer, you can see exactly when they've had crashes that have occurred. This tool is not going to show you. It's not going to fix problems for you, but it definitely will help you in visualizing when the problems have occurred. Okay, you even have this 1 to 10 rating. Every time the computer crashes, it lowers your rating, and it tries to go up over time. But as you can see, as we go through, I can see all these different things that have happened on my machine. essentially you're going to get a lot of the same information you get from Event Viewer, but it just gives you another visual way of looking at it. Another handy tool that's good for troubleshooting in help desk scenarios is a tool called PSR. It's called the Problems Steps Recorder. You can go in there, and this is neat. It'll take screenshots. So if I click start record, everything that I click on right now, it's going to create a screenshot of what I'm doing. So I'm just making some clicks here, and just clicking on a few things just to generate some screenshots, as you can see. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording, and I want you to notice that it's going to pop the screenshots on the screen for me. So I can scroll down and see all these screenshots. And another thing that's really neat about this is it gives me a text version of the report as well. It tells me step by step the things that were done. So this is helpful. If you're in a help desk environment, you're trying to get somebody to explain to you what's going on, you could get them to generate one of these and they could email the file to you that has all those screenshots in it. So pretty neat. All right, one more tool I want to show you. It's called Performance Monitor. So I'm going to type the word performance down here in the search bar. We're going to open Performance Monitor. This is going to let me monitor even more than what our Resource Monitor and all that does. It's not as pretty as Resource Monitor, but it will show you more information. As you can see, my CPU is ticking away here, showing you what my performance is looking like. But I can come up here and click this green plus sign, and I have all these counters that I can add for monitoring. There's actually thousands of counters that you can monitor. I could even remote into somebody else's machine right here and monitor other machines from it. So just kind of scrolling down here, let's look at my processor. Drop that down. You have all these counters related to your processor. Of course, a lot of people, when you see that, it gets a little overwhelming. What you can do is click on one of these, and if you come down here to the bottom where it says Show Description, you'll notice you get a description of each counter. Okay, so you could add whichever counters you want. You could do this for memory, you could do it for disk, and then all you got to do is click OK, and you can see the different counters color-coded here. So this can help you with troubleshooting what's going on. You can even gather metrics over a period of days or weeks. You have this thing called data collector sets you can do, where you can gather and collect data. You can schedule it and have it manage data or monitor data over a very long period of time if you want. And then you could save that and print it out if you want, save it to a PDF, something like that. So Performance Monitor, very powerful, very good tool. It can be a bit intimidating just because there's so many counters, but as far as the exam goes, I really wouldn't worry about trying to memorize all the counters or anything, but just at least understand the concepts behind Performance Monitor, how to get in, and then how to add counters. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a decent understanding of some of the main tools we can use to monitor Windows 10.